Hello and welcome to another episode with Loki the Old Crow. Again, another special episode, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second game between Serhat the Great and Mabon ap Modron, and this is for the first round, second game for the Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition Facebook Community Cup. I'm your host, Loki the Old Crow, as previously stated, and this is round 2. The first one went to Mabon, who is playing in red as the Turks, and the unfortunate one defeated was blue, that's Serhat the Great. Today we have got Britons versus Turks, so that's the second pick in a row for Britons for Serhat, and we have red Turks. Turks are gunpowder civilization. The gunpowder units have 25% more hit points. Researching gunpowder technologies costs 50% less. Chemistry is free, so they immediately get to make hand cannoneers upon arriving to Castle Age and having a university. Gold miners work 20% faster. Obviously, you need that gold to build your army, especially as Turks, which are quite gold reliant. The unique unit is a hand cannoneer called a Janissary. The unique tech is Sipahi, as cavalry archers have plus 20 HP. Not sure how useful that is. And artillery, which is plus 2 range to bombard towers, bombard cannons, and cannon galleons. It's quite useful to have plus 2 range for your bombard cannons because it makes it very effective at taking out trebs, or more effective at taking out trebs. And gunpowder units are created 20% faster. Now, for the Britons, I've already been through that, so I'm not going to go through it again, but we know that it's an archer civilization, and the map is, of course, you've guessed it, Arena. So let's see how we start. So red's gone for pretty much the only woodline available, and that's really far away. It's quite unlucky. I noticed there's the same with blue. His woodline's very far away. And blue has the added bonus of his walls. Well, I don't know actually. I'm not sure about blue's walls. Blue's walls don't look good. Although he could wall this here and have all this to play with later. Red's got more complete walls. It's less interrupted by the wood line. It's only on the flanks where it's interrupted. Whereas if you look at blues, you've got the forest here, that really dodgy one tile. There. Gold placement for both, let's have a look. I think that's rather fortunate for blue to have gold placement there, and very fortunate for red to have gold placement there. The stones, let's see, red has only got one stone within his wall, and it is the same with blue. Blue's secondary stone is here, and red's is here. Both outside a gate for them, so not too bad at all. Blue's got 4 gates, whereas red only has 2. That's 4 gates that face out towards the map. Why did I mention this? Because one of my favourite tactics is to wall the arena player in, because players tend to get attached to the walls. So generally speaking, in Feudal Age I'll go forward, and this is if I'm playing a Castle Age or Imperial Age build. I'll go forward and place a gate over their gate, and then lock the gate so that they can't actually move out. Excuse me, this music's terrible. Thank God for drum and bass. Okay, I might actually put the Age of Empires music on for the next one, because it beats some of the stuff that's on YouTube. So as it stands right now, red is on 17 bills, and blue is on 17 bills. So it's neck and neck. Before blue had the bill lead early on the first round rather. There's a fair bit of scouting being done by both. Red looks like he's building a more complete picture of what's happening directly in front of him, whereas blue's gone out and tried to find red. He's not found it, but he's brought a scout back. Warlord coming in. 8 hungry villagers waiting, and start to pincushion this boar. And boom, that's under the TC. Well done to blue. And zoom out. That's one. Oh, we'll have Red doing his ball all soon. He's going for that patch of what would normally be called deer, but in this case is ibex. That's a pretty solid strat, getting 4, because then they can take all the meat without any of it being wasted. You obviously get the standard waste of, I think it's 1 food per minute. I'm not sure actually. It could be 1 food per minute or 1 food per 30 seconds. There's a Spirit of the Law video on that. So yeah, he's got 4 on that. That's optimal, and he's not gone for a second ball yet. It does make me wonder why. The ball's there, sat right next to the house, saying "Emi." Oh, here it comes. So here it goes. I'm suspecting it's going to bring that back to his mill, but I could be wrong. Here we go. She's running. Run, run, run faster, run faster. You're about to get tusked. She's down to 18 health. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Garrison, Garrison, Garrison. 11. Oh, that villager had balls of steel.
Hazır.
Hazard. Don't know what that means. Okay, let's go have a check in on blue. So this ibex is getting absolutely tore apart. That's something out of Lord of the Rings. And you got 4 idle bills at the moment. 5 actually. I don't know where the 5th one is.
Greeting.
Ready. Greeting. Yay.
Yay.
Ready.
Mandat.
Yay.
Ready.
I think he's lying to me. And okay, so he's pushing the ibex in his scout, which is you see that happen quite a lot in higher ranked games with the pros and stuff. They'll lure the I think it's called pushing the deer or luring the deer, and the way you do it is basically you get your scout, walk straight up to the deer, and then just try and push it, like nudge it gently towards its death under your TC. It's not something I normally do. If there's a patch of deer, I do generally what Red does, and just stick a mill down by it and get 4 people to harvest it. Red has got quite a lot of food banked up going into feudal, and is slightly behind in the feudal age. Only a tiny amount, insignificant really, but he's got a lot more food saved up than has blue. So you could expect now to see the Red probably go castle age really quickly. Probably both players are expecting to go castle age, fast castling. You could see sort of a 14-15 minute castle time for Red. Oh no, he's creating some extra bills. He needs to get building that blacksmith and that market, or 2 other feudal age buildings. It's not happening, but he's still pumping out bills. Blue has actually jumped straight into castle age, bam, and this is going to really put the pressure on now. Red's researching wheelbarrow and is housed. You'd typically expect for a player in that position on this map to go straight to castle age, as blue has done, and then blue will probably then get to build a castle or build multiple archery ranges, go straight into archers, and
Emrin.
you'd think as a Turk you'd really want to get up the ages as fast as possible. I'm not sure what the strat is here from Red. Got villages going after the strags. Market's going up now. I suspect that would be followed by a blacksmith. And blue is about to reach castle age, and the pressure would then be on for Red. Even though he's got a lot of resources built up, he still needs to build that one extra feudal building before he goes into castle age, before he even thinks about this. The reason why people want to go into castle age in these maps as fast as possible is you can drop the 2 TCs. Let's see if blue's done that. Yeah, bam, straight up into castle age, puts down a TC, second TC, and now he's going to use this food here to just constantly pump out villagers, or at least that's the idea. So you want somebody building houses. So he's got his archery range up as well. He's built his barracks to get his archery range. Red's obviously thought, oh dear, blue's in castle age. He could come to me with rams at the moment, and I've only got a scout to defend myself. Sending all these
Evet.
villagers, I suspect, to
Hazır.
stone.
Efendim,
Yeah.
emrin?
So he's got 6 on stone, so he's looking to build a castle as well, of course, just to get the janissaries, which are one of the only gunpowder units you can actually build before you reach the Imperial Age. I think Conquistadors or another one. And let's see, Red is upgrading his horses as he's going up to Castle Age, and Blue is literally just pumping builds from both TCs. Pump, 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 pump. Building that eco up in order to sustain and produce, I'd imagine, large quantities of archers, longbows, spears, and trebs. Whereas Red is now going to try his hardest to get his castle. He's just reached above 650. He's let the scout in. Blue's let the scout in. Second TC's gone down now for Red. It's not a particularly safe one. I've seen a lot of people, they'll drop one down here for wood and farms, and it's way out of the way, so you've constantly got a safe area to produce. This scout's like, boss, help me, I'm gonna die, boss, please, tell me to, oh, I'm dead. Lest we forget, Scouty McScouterson. We're gonna have Scout versus Vil War down here now. Upgraded Scout versus, well, it's light cavalry now, but upgraded light cavalry versus 2 crossbows. I think they get a bonus against archers, so you should probably take that engagement. Probably take it out instead of going for the Vils. You should go take the crossbows out, then take the Vils. Forward castle there for Red. Housed by Red now as well. That'll be sorted out by the castle, but you want to get on that as soon as possible, really. Excuse me. Blue is trundling along nicely. He's producing his archers. He's upgraded his archers with the attack. No armor upgrades just yet. Whereas Red's cavalry has upgrades, but no amount of upgrades is going to save a light cavalryman from 2 spearmen. Forward castle going up. Blue obviously sees this from his siege workshop there. Kind of a risky move there, really, if you haven't got murder holes to build your castle right next to a siege workshop, because they could just produce rams that are immediately able to attack you and within range. Blue still upgrading his melee abilities here with I don't know what this is called actually. It's not forging. Something else. Blue going for town watch now. I wonder why that is. It's because he's running out of food, I guess. It allows him to see more of the map. This is where the battle's going to take place, I'd imagine. More scout cav coming from Red, though to its effectiveness I can't really speak, as stone walls don't tend to be defeated by light cavalry in this game anyway. So Blue's eco, which I'd imagine you normally use scout cavalry to scout and light cavalry to attack the eco of the enemy player. If it's behind a stone wall, then there's not really much. I guess he might be hoping to get in the base, sneak in before like his other ones did. These other ones, sorry, did. And both players now happy to start producing military and upgrades for the military. As predicted, Blue's complementing his crossbows, and well, he might get some longbows with pointy boys to ward off Red's cavalry. And now Red with the strat builds the siege tower here directly in range, at least. When you spawn in some rams, they're right next to the building and just destroy them. Red looking to exploit this back pocket here, where Blue's building up his army. Red's starting to build some janissaries as well. I think it's going to be a race to Imperial. I think if Blue can stop Red getting into Imperial, that would be good. be an interesting matchup between Janissaries and Longbowmen, because obviously Janissaries have got that extra range on most gunpowder units, but Longbowmen have ridiculous range, and Briton archers in general have ridiculous range. Judging by the placement of this, a defensive one, he's going to want to use it to produce units from. We have Red now going in and collecting all of the relics. That's his third relic, which is really good strategy because that passive gold income can really help you if you're stuck in a tight corner and you can't get access to all the golds. Both players now quite happy to sit back and start building their armies. Red and blue going to Imperial Age now. Red's going to be there probably 30 seconds before, maybe a minute. Let's see if he produces trebs, more Janissaries, or goes for the bombard cannons. Judging by the fact he's put down 2 siege workshops, you'd expect that these 3 now would produce bombard cannons. Bombard cannons backed up with a smattering of light cavalry, or hussars, and some Janissaries for any pointy boys wanting to get involved. Little engagement over here. Looks like 4 scout cavalry, or rather hussars, ran into a group of a lot of ranged and also pointy boys. Pointy boys are the horsey boys, kryptonite. Castle's going down again. Massive push. We saw this last game from Red, that he doesn't mind sending a great deal of villagers to go get a castle up. Blue's now in Imperial Age, and we'll see what is being built. So yes, Red's building some bombard cannons, as you can see over there. From here, well, a bombard cannon, some extra Janissaries in there, and now you can start pressuring forward, provided he's in range of the castle, because at the moment he's got nothing to defend them with. Stable's going up, so you'd expect hussars to come out, possibly knights, possibly camels. I'd probably say it would be hussars there, due to the fact that they don't require gold, and as Turk you could really got to watch your gold. So you'd want to be saving his gold for his bombard cannons and his Janissaries. Britons now running out of their main gold.
Briton?
We're going to have to take this gold. Expanding here as well, so they're going to take the further away gold, so it deprives the enemy in case the enemy get on the front foot from taking that gold. Look at that. That is an operation there. 17. That's every single free tile taken there. For Red, well done. And let's see what else we got. Got a little bit of gold back here. That's about to run out too, so Blue will soon have no safe gold. Need that gold to produce longbows, of course, whereas Red sat on this pile and this pile. He's still got his primary and his secondary. So what they've done here is Red's immediately gone for the gold outside of his walls. So he's locked this one down. He's got his stone from outside the wall. He's kept his primary and he's kept his secondary. Whereas Blue's used his primary and secondary and then had to go outside to secure it. But look at the difference. I'd imagine there's a huge difference in army numbers. Janissary's getting involved now. So Red has 19 ranged units, 3 siege units, 7 cavalry and 1 monk. Blue has 47 ranged units, 15 infantry, 1 siege unit, 2 cavalry and 3 monks. There's where the gold's gone for Blue. Bombard cannons now showed themselves. Castle's taken a lot. Smashing it. Castle's took a few out, and then we've got a castle here, probably to secure this stone. If you remember the last game, he did the same, but with stone within his own walls that he made. But it was slightly out of range, and it was effectively denied by one of Red's castles. Hussar's coming in now. Hussar raid. And we've got siege workshop coming from there. He's going to pressure from both sides now. I think Red's going to pressure from both sides. Raiding the monastery. Keeping Blue off gold because he knows that Blue requires gold to create his best units. Pointy Boy's going to lay down a lot of damage there, backed up by archers. That's a bad engagement for red. Janissaries on this side. Some of these are wildly off target. I mean, some of these must be drunk or something. Now we see the pressure here. It's going to force this. Now, skirmishers, I've heard, are a decent counter to Janissaries. However, it takes a lot of skirmishers to take down a lot of Janissaries. They trade well because they don't require gold. However, it does take them a while to whittle down, especially elite Janissaries that are upgraded. Treb's up. I honestly don't see red. I can't see red actually defending this, to be honest. He's not really got much military. What military he has is going to get outranged by the archers, and the archers should, in theory, destroy them. Meanwhile, he's got the Treb firing on this. This castle might go down, but I think this castle will certainly go down without any villager support, which is coming now. Hussar spam over here, but they're effectively stopped by pointers and castles. This castle's going to take these pointer boys out, and it's going to be a race to, you can see he's got one bill, he's plugging away. That guy's having to work extremely hard. This guy's taking a break. He's called his family in. These three are going to have to work extremely hard, but now he's got 2 Trebs on it to his 1, and I think this red one's going down. This castle is going down, and it's going, and gone, and now red is housed. Does blue survive? Yes, it does. So now you can see this gold now is anybody's game at the moment. Janissaries are out, ready to start doing some business, but not massively upgraded. And there's a lot of archers that outrange them and skirmishers in front of that as well, which is a really good composition to fight Janissaries, to be honest. Trebs forward now and going for that castle, while a group of blue villagers are repairing the castle that has been trebbed down by red. Over here we've got Hussars doing some ridiculous damage to houses, universities and mines, but ultimately no damage to the to Blue's economy or this military at all. Blue is probably got tunnel vision over here on the right, and without this castle here, this would potentially be a problem for him, for these Hussars. This castle is going to really help to take down these Hussars. Archers now just absolutely dominating the battlefield. I think that's more or less, yeah, look at that, 10 range. What's the Treb's range? 16 range for the Treb. I mean, 10 range, very good range. Can't see any Janissaries, otherwise I'd check their range, but I don't think it's 10. So effectively, the Janissaries, which are unarmoured, have to stand at range with an archer that can probably kill them before they get into range. It's really tough. It's a really tough matchup for the Turks in this instance, I believe. The red player, what could he do? Not send his troops in one by one, maybe make a rally point over here somewhere, get some skirmishers, because all of these units are basically counted by skirms. But Blue's lead now has become quite insurmountable with 10,000 points on the clock versus red's 7. Red's in a really, really bad position. This happened, as I said, it would happen earlier in the game. Hussar really dislikes mines, and now that he's doing exactly as I said I would do, which is gathering all of his military together up here. While Blue is pushing in and saying, okay, what you got? What else you got? The answer is not a lot at the moment, unfortunately. Here we go. Wow, a massive group of Hussars just come steaming out of these, and he's going straight for this set here. And there is no castle here to defend, and he could potentially do some damage here, but he's done exactly as what I normally do, which is apparently a big mistake that new players make, or rather lower elo players make, and not patrol their units into other units. I mean, they're still going to sweep up convincingly. I mean, that is a really good engagement, almost a game-turning engagement there for Red. But yeah, if you don't patrol your troops into it and you turn to attack a specific individual unit, say one pointy boy or one arb, then all your units rush to try and take it out before then realizing that they can't all take that one out and then turning around and trying to attack everybody else. Whereas if you patrol them into this enemy unit, they will all generally assign their closest targets, and that will give you a better wider sort of front against the enemy units, and therefore will destroy units quicker, or blocks of units, should I say, small groups of units. But blue doing exactly what you should be doing, producing lots and lots of pointy boys. Meanwhile, he's got over here, he's pressuring. To be fair, he can make another really good engagement with some Hussars over here against. I didn't see those pointy boys. See, look at them, this touch of death there. It's looking a bit grim for Red here. Another charge of Hussars. Really needs to take down them Turks, but they're defended quite well by halberds rather, and they've got a repair with them, and it's looking increasingly grim now for Red. We're probably in GG territory here. I'll speed it on a little bit. Let's have a look. Look at the resource that Serhat's floating. 4,000 food, 1,500 wood. That's a lot of skirms right there. And you got golden wood for Red, which would suggest maybe try Onager. Maybe try Onager backed up with Hussars, because Onager would do well against these big blocks of units here, and also as a direct counter for the Treb. Obviously, getting it into that position against longbows and higher ranged ARBs is. I mean, look at that, 11 range from the ARBs. 11 range for the ARBs. You know, that could potentially be absolutely devastating. I mean, even an Onager would struggle against a death ball of ARBs to get close to shooting off a couple of rocks to him. It's looking kind of bleak here for Red. There's not much going on. He's gone for bombarders because he wants to keep pressure on, but at the moment he's on the back foot. Money's probably better spent on Onagers in this case. Again, I'm a noob. Take what I say with a grain of salt. It's just what I would do in that situation, for better or for worse. I'm not saying I'm any better than any of these, but in fact these guys are both rated higher than me, I think. So yeah, I'm just saying what I see. Got a hole in the wall now. This is the anti-gate society, the British anti-gate society. They're going to take centuries to tackle this particular gate. This is the anti-house society. They really dislike people living in houses. They're just going to tear that down. These guys are racist against horses, as you can see. See what Red can do. I mean, Red's floating a hell of a lot of resources. He's making Hussars. He's gonna wall off. He's gonna make a go of it, and I take my hat off to him. Well done there. Like, a lot of people have just gave up at this point. And I know the AOE community at large dislikes what they deem as quitters. But yeah, this is super stressful. If you look on the minimap now, like, it's just going off. He's being attacked everywhere. So that's his counter attack. He's trying to get a forward castle up here, but it's been stopped by a couple of archers. Pointy boy's chasing these Hussars. The Hussars have turned round and will eventually die to all that. Unfortunately, yeah, they're going. Got little blobs of blue just everywhere. He's broke into the base now, and he's going to start harassing the farms. It's getting very close to GG territory. Another group of Zars taken out by Halves. A little bit of glimmer of hope there. One of the Trebs fought to the Zars. They're getting pushed around over here, but I'd imagine Red's got so much on his plate right now. He's trying to get up a defensive castle. Last ditched attempt there. Going back to my earlier comments, the elite Janissaries have 8 range compared to the 11 from the British Arbs and the 10 from the British longbows. And obviously that's not a great matchup at all. What they do have on their side though is attack, so they have like 22 attack versus 10 attack from the Arbs. And where did I see your longbowman? I saw a longbowman somewhere. I guess I didn't. But yeah, there's a huge difference in attack there, and they generally just they're really good against infantry and anything that doesn't move too quickly. As you can see, the Britons anti-gate society have almost completed their objective and took down this gate. Last ditch attempt to save the gate by 2 Hussars, Bill and Ben, and we'll see who wins. Oh, there goes the gate. Bill dies and Ben follows, and Trevor and Noah both die as well. This guy's the luckiest chap in the world. He needs to do lottery. He just faced a firing squad and everyone missed. Like I said, just pressure all over the map now from blue. There's a rally here from red, but as soon as it gets in range of all these units now, like you've got longbowmen there with 11 damage. Granted, it's not as high as 22, but look at that. It's just so much of it, and I don't think they're even going to make it back to the wall. If they do, they're going to get chased with spears in their backs. Not very comfortable. We're going to try and drag them back to the castle, maybe? No. Regroup there, and then they're going to drag them back to the castle. There really is. What I mean, in this position, what could you do? Like, Red's run out of gold, really. Got 1200 in the bank, but after that, it's gone. These guys doing a bit of market trading here. That's good. That's good. So he's realised he's got a hell of a lot. He's floating a hell of a lot of wood, so he's going to sell a load and use it to prop up. I'm guessing production. But I don't know what he's producing. I suspect it'll be more Janissaries. He's got a fair bit of Janissaries now. Blue really taking his time here. Like, it doesn't seem like he wants to push all that much. I'm not sure why. But he's doing a really effective job of just clearing red away. Red building a new TC there. Maybe he's hoping to burrow in here and take out the peaceful villagers of blue. And this is very different from the last game we saw, where there was early aggression by blue and red was getting raided quite badly at eco. Of course, red's response was very good, managed to bounce back and then attack blue and ultimately get the GG over him through high pressure with his skirms. He went direct counter to archers. So if blue wins this game, which it looks like he's going to, this will then go into a third decider match, because it's 1 each and it's the first of 2, or best of 3. Blue seems to be massing up again. Let's see what's stopping him. There should be absolutely nothing stopping him at the moment. 7,000 points ahead, 6,000 now. He's got Trebs, he's got tons of resources in the bank. He's almost at top cap. He should really be pushing now. Blue has just got absolutely destroyed. He's just lost 40 population, almost 40 population in one engagement. But if you can hear that That's the barracks they're churning more and more out now. And Newcastle goes down. Those hussars will eventually get taken out. This is Red's time really. He needs to go and take out these military production buildings. If he takes them out, suddenly Blue's down to 1 barracks. 2 barracks. But he's got a hell of a lot of archery ranges there. But Blue automatically... Yeah, Blue's took that engagement there, right next to his barracks where he could keep producing the pointy boys. The hussars not backed up by any ranged unit are going to get hurt quite badly by the halberdiers. And then probably swept up by the remaining skirmishers. Skirmishers, I'm guessing, is Blue's counter to the Janissaries in the red. What I said earlier about the range being 14 on these bombard cannons are going to help them be more effective at taking out trebs. It's true. Oh no! Oh no! More hussars being produced and sent out. They could have took this group out here and maybe saved some of their Janissaries, but I guess in the heat of the moment, I mean, I'd probably forget as well. I would definitely forget, but there's no problem about it. These hussars are going to trade favourably against these skirmishers. Blue literally knocking at the gate again. Doing a little bit of a raid in here now. Probably looking for this bombard cannon so it can't keep taking out his trebs. So that is annoying, trust me. I've been on the receiving end of that. That is annoying. Hussars going after the trebs. They may get a couple of picks down. 1. Oh no. No. Take down the trebs. Take that one. All it needs is somebody to sneeze on it and it'll fall apart. He's going to do it. He's going to take all of them down. He's going to take all of them. Now that is heroic. And Blue again, not repulsed so much as stalled. So I can't see that Blue is going to lose this game at this point now. He owns pretty much 2/3 of the map. He's got Red hemmed in behind his walls. Red, in response, is continuing to build light cavalry and Janissaries, which, to be fair, hasn't really been working most of the game. I can see why he would go for that unit composition, but it genuinely hasn't been working yet, because Blue has got the right counters in. It's like the direct opposite of last game, where Blue wasn't building any counter units to Red's skirmishers, and Red consequently won the game through having the right counter units in play and also some great micro. This is interesting. I do love a good eco raid. Blue's noticed it, but I don't think he's brought enough down to deal with it. Red's going to want to try and get in last ditch effort into this eco, but it's not going to happen. And as they're fighting piecemeal, Red's going to lose all of his hussars. Another blob coming in. Really, you could do just a couple of siege units to take out a little hole in this wall, and then do some. You could really do some eco damage there. This needs patching up here before this guy finds out where you've been, and this could potentially be GG here. I don't see any way coming back from this. Interesting. There's a castle wall right there. Good defense by Red there, but it's slowly starting to lose control of even the territory inside his walls now. Everything's going to be on focusing to stop getting attacked, and less focus will be put on trying to do damage outside. I think now Red's not floating a lot of vital resources for the war effort, which is gold and food, whereas it's a completely different kettle of fish for Blue now. His villages largely remain untouched, and he's been able to pick off most outside sources of gold and stone. As the parts between the two walls. Um, and yeah, it's just looking rather grim for red now. And it's GG. Well played to both players. Both gracious in defeat, both offered the GG, and quite rightly say, an hour and 25 minutes in, that it was a grind. Again, very well played to both players. It's been a pleasure to watch your games so far, and I look forward to the third one. That's one each. Serhat won, and I briefly forgot your name. Mabon Op Modron. That's why I forgot it. It's complicated. um, yeah, one each. Some good play by Mabon last map, and some good play by Serhat this map. I don't really have any predictions for the next map. I really don't know who's going to win. Does Serhat pick Britons again? Does Red then take a counter civ? What map will be played? So we've had an open map with Arabia, and now we've got an arena map here. Two totally different styles of playing. Um, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next one. Let's have a quick look at the statistics. So as previously mentioned now, Serhat with 23,000 score versus Mabon's 16,000. Mabon again gets the KD with 622 killed and 531 lost. However, Blue this time gets building raised versus buildings lost, and largest army. Largest army of 104 versus 60. Economy, I think it showed, but Blue was significantly ahead in terms of food collection and wood collection. Interesting that Red was ahead on gold collection by about 600, 625. Not much in the stone either. Blue really quick feudal age 1228 and 1231 for Red as well, which is very respectable. Two really good times there. Castle Age, really good time with 1559, at least in my opinion anyway. I think that's a really good time. It allows you to build that extra TC and boom your economy a little bit better. The big difference there was that Red was nearly 4 minutes later to that. Imperial Age, not much in it. Red beat Blue to it. Not much in explored, and slightly more research going on for Blue there. Society, we've got villager high of 114 for Blue, and total castles went to Red with 5 castles, even though Blue I think took more stone. Yeah, Blue took more stone but placed less castles. Relic gold goes to Red, really well played with that. Remember to pick the relics up early doors. Nearly 6,000 extra gold, and that's perhaps the reason why he came out with more. Yeah, is pretty much the reason why he came out with more gold. He collected less gold via gold mines, but had a greater gold income simply because he had more relics. He had 4 relics. That goes to show you just how important relics are. See what the timeline says. So you can see here a big spike of villager population for Blue there as soon as he hits Castle Age and gets his TC down. Um, and you can see just the difference in how much space the two colours take up. The Blue had a huge villager lead for a little while there, which allowed him to create a strong economic base from which he built a large army, in which you can see the difference in populations for in dark the military army as well. Military army, do you get a different? Do you get an army that's different to military army? I don't know. I'm waffling. So yeah, so you can see from the timeline, Blue gets up into Castle Age fast here, builds a strong economic base, just explodes his military. Unfortunately for Red, he just wasn't able to do that. A later castle time meant that he had a later TC time, which means that his villager production was stifled in comparison to Blue. And then all that remains for me to say is thank you very much for tuning in for another episode. Really enjoying doing these Facebook Community Cups. I want to say thank you very much to Mabon and Serhat. And yeah, really looking forward to the third one. Well played, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.